In the 90s and even the early 2000s, it was still heavily focused on just steaks and chops and center cut meats, where now it's really changed quite a bit. It wasn't a situation where I studied in Europe or, had a long time understudy of a very traditional, generational thing. This was really kind of something that I did a lot of research on it, screwing up a lot of stuff, throwing stuff out. The love of cooking and butchering was really kind of what initially started it. I really enjoyed the aspect of figuring out how to, essentially dissect an animal, all the cuts in the animal, and really the best uses for an animal. When I grew up early on in my cooking, it was very common, especially in this region of the country, just to use the center cuts, so the loins, the rib chops, that sort of thing. And we didn't do a very good job in this region of utilizing the entire animal. So I really found it interesting to find all these other cuts that were so phenomenal in the animal that could be used in so many different ways. And that's the best way to respect the animal's life and how the animal is raised and the people that raise the animal. Probably the misconception is that you're using all byproduct, and it's not byproduct. And technically, in most people's opinion, you're using the highest quality cuts of the animal. I think in the United States we had a certain quality issue with charcuterie produced in the United States up until really maybe 10 or 15 years ago, when a few producers started coming on. It was very commercialized for a number of years. They were turning out using poorly raised pork and a lot of different ingredients that didn't necessarily need to be in there. And I think that people now expect you to use high quality ingredients, high quality pork, or high quality meats in general. It'd be more out of the norm to use low quality ingredients, which is how it has been and how it should be. It's how it has been in Europe and how it should be in the United States. It just took us a little while to get there. We had always produced all our own charcuterie in very small quantities in the store, but in 2011 we opened the Smoking Goose, which then allowed us to essentially produce under our own label and sell all these items at the store, which are pushing 40 to 50 different products that we sell in the store that we still make. I think one thing that I really love about this is watching things grow over a period of time. Never really in anything for the short term. I try to get into things that I know that are going to last, and I think the charcuterie is kind of symbolic of that. But when I was young, cooking in the day, everything's a la minute. You get to see the results, the fruits of your labor, nearly immediately. I mean, within a day or two of producing, and obviously with charcuterie, you don't have that. I mean, sometimes it's months or even years before you get to see the end product of that. Really, at the heart of it, it's always been about the experience. I mean, we're always trying to create just the absolute best experience we can. It's about the neighborhood and the culture and about the people that you meet, and that's probably really one of the best things about the market, is just creating those relationships, meeting people, and really getting to know people in the city. And it's been a lot of fun.
Indy's Table is sponsored by Delco Foods, a local family-owned distributor for over 60 years. Delco Foods is a proud supporter of Indy's independent restaurants.